If you build a virtual machine in the cloud, where exactly does it get its internet? And seriously, how do two of them talk securely without the whole entire world watching?
Look, if compute is the physical heart of Azure, networking is absolutely its nervous system. It's this massive, invisible grid that literally connects every single piece of your infrastructure together.
Enter the VNet, or virtual network. You can just think of it as your company's physical network switch, but completely virtualized up in the cloud. It's the magic that lets your resources actually see each other, share files, and connect securely.
Without VNets, we'd be dealing with this terrifying global VM network where your machines are just exposed to everyone. No thanks. Instead, Azure gives you a VNet. It's kind of like an apartment building. You're sharing the massive cloud infrastructure, but you get your own private, locked door.
To put that into perspective, think of a VNet as a secure residential town. The network is the town itself, right? And your Azure services are all the houses, the parks, and those secure gates placed inside it.
Now you might be wondering, does a VNet just automatically have internet access? No way. And honestly, this is a huge beginner trap. VNets are strictly internal. You have to explicitly grant public access to something like a web server, while you keep your database totally isolated.
So what exactly lives inside this thing? Virtual machines, load balancers, application gateways, VPN gateways, firewalls, Kubernetes clusters? Basically, they all plug directly into this private virtual town.
And here's the best part. Spinning up multiple independent VNets for your dev, test, or prod environments, totally free. But those external connectors like VPN gateways and public IPs, yeah, that's where they're going to start charging you. But you really got to beware the IP rulebook here. If you give two completely separate VNets the exact same IP range, say a 10.0.0.0/16, and then try to connect them together, Azure absolutely panics. You'll get a massive IP collision, and the peering just fails.
For all the traditional networkers tuning into this explainer, you can relax. Those classic CCNA concepts map perfectly over to Azure. A VNet is just your LAN. A subnet is still a subnet. It's the exact same logic you already know, just completely rendered in software.
Let's look at a real-world e-commerce setup. Your VNet completely shields your back-end SQL database from the Wild West of the public internet. It relies entirely on the load balancer as the single public entry point. That is what keeps your data safe and sound.
Okay, please avoid the biggest beginner mistake I see. Do not go creating a brand new VNet for every single virtual machine you spin up. Instead, you want to group multiple VMs into one VNet and then separate them internally.
So here is the bottom line. The VNet is the absolute foundation of all Azure networking. Think of it as your private hub. It is the mandatory secure baseline for literally everything you're going to build up in the cloud.
Which naturally brings us to the next big question. How exactly do we divide one massive VNet into those smaller, highly secure neighborhoods using subnets? Well, we'll dive into that in the next explainer. Always have an analyst mindset. Follow for more, and I'll see you in the next one.
That is the mindset we build here. Build your knowledge. Sharpen your skills. Develop your analyst mindset.